So I suppose it caught everybody out then because we're actually right on time.
Yeah.
We're not late this week. We've got 5 in the chat so far. No, Alex is on his way in. I think hopefully Sprue and Glue might pop in as well. I've invited Nigel as well, but I've not heard back from Nigel yet whether he's going to pop in or not. Model Minutes, he's come down with allergy, or his family's come down with allergy, so he won't be in. So we've got 5 of us in anyway. We can have a good old chat and a good old spiel over the past week. We had a really good Airfix and Chill last week, and on Chill we discussed about the controversy of the missing or the badly designed part on the Scheme B of the Vulcan, and we discussed what Airfix can do about it. Well, they've done something about it, so we're going to discuss that later on. But quite quickly, we'll just some quick hellos in the chat. I haven't done that for a while. I've seen Celtic West T's in. We've got Sprue and Glue in. We've got Ken C. Ryan's in. The auction site mods. There's going to be a few auctions, and but please, can you buy the kits? I get a lot of people who don't follow through. I've got 2 tanks up at the all packed up, ready to go, and the person who bought both of those tanks have not got back to me, so which is a shame. Wayne Welly in, Gary Hidler's in, Go For It Painting's in, Chef 88 Ivan's in, Techman Goods in, Rorex. If you want to pop on, Johan, you're quite welcome to pop on if you like. David JM's also in. I think that's everyone. The Flying Dutchman's in. World War II models. Yeah, we've got loads in tonight. Aussie Scale Model Pete's in. He's also in the chat. I can see Dominique's in as well. Kevin M, Peter Biddle. Hi, a different subject. Does anyone have the 48th at 40F106 instrument panel? Help. I don't personally have it. But I suppose you can go to the manufacturer and get one at a price. So, Plastic Alchemist is popping in as well, which is good. Be good to see you, my friend. We can chat about Outlaw paints, mate, because I see that you've been using them, so which is good. Anyways, nice to see you, Alex. Nice to see you, John. Nice to see you, John Alec. Nice to see you, Sully. And nice to see you, James. All looking fresh. Well, what we can see on your bench. Anyways, have you all had a good week? How about you, Alex? Have you had a good week this week with your new opening of your shop?
I've had a very frustrating time. The shop's good. Had some really nice people come in. Some great interactions. Had my first web order as well.
Wow!
Nice.
On Thursday, that was delivered. It'd be great if you guys could visit the web shop. I try to offer fairly competitive prices. I'm only really shipping in the UK at the moment.
Yes.
That's primarily because I've got to get the shop sorted first. There's a lot of stock still to put on in the web store because that's a ball ache. And if you do buy stuff, please give me a Google review. I've got 2 at the moment, both 5 stars, which is really nice. Thank you for those people who did that. And I'm really enjoying it. But Shopify, at the moment, I can only take card payments either over the web or through the point of sale app. You have to enter the card number in, and all the details, the postcode, and God knows what, because their point of sale reader, I've ordered twice and I've not had one yet. They keep saying they've tried to deliver it. Like today, they said UPS said they tried to deliver it at 2:00. I was in the shop. They didn't try to deliver it. It's utter bullshit. So that's very frustrating that I can't just take, tap and read payments and stuff. Make it so much easier for customers. But no, I'm loving it.
Just one suggestion, because as you know, I get my hair cut every Friday, and the woman who cuts my hair, she every Friday, and she now has it on a phone. All she does is wave her phone over my card, and I'm sure she uses SumUp or something like that.
Yeah, which I thought the Shopify point of sale app did. That's what I got on my phone, but it doesn't do that. Okay. You can't use your phone because that would be ideal, right? You've always got your card reader with you if you're using a phone. And unfortunately, because my web store is Shopify, that actually takes care of all of my stock as well. So it's all based around the website.
Yeah,
and it doesn't do that. So I have to have their reader, which I would love to have if I could bloody get one.
Yeah, that's it. As I said, that first month of selling online is squeaky bum time. Then you start to get into the rhythm, but you get to the point when you sell something, it's such a joy to do. You carefully wrap it, then you add it in a box and you wrap it in brown paper. Within the first 6 months, the novelty wears off. I can assure you.
Chucking it in. Picking it around the shop.
Yeah, forget the brown paper around the box. You just stick it in a bubble mailer and that's it. Gone, So, but it is one of them,
No, but it is really good, and it's. I mean, the interactions, people that come into the shop. I've got some regulars, some really nice people. I spent almost half an hour just chatting with a woman who bought. She bought a Mary Rose starter kit for a friend. And we're just chatting with her. Just really, really nice. It's a really good thing. So I'm really hoping it develops over time.
I think that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it all, isn't it? And I think you will build confidence. It's like my local model shop is Buffers Model Railways up in Axminster. So it's about an hour away. I'll go up there and talk to the girls, and they always give me a deal or something, as long as I mention their shop on the YouTube and send a link, and that's the way. But you sit in the shop, you look at these models, and you end up talking to other modelers who, and you start to build up. And I think that's the beauty of YouTube, isn't it? That we're on here every Monday, and even though we don't know these people personally, there is a respect, a respect between us, that we do know what we're talking about, and we take on board what's being said. It's great.
Yeah.
So
and it works both ways as well. I've had people come into the shop who have said, "Oh, I've been following along on YouTube about what you've been doing with the shop. Thought I'd pop in." And then other people who popped into the shop and then looked at the YouTube channel afterwards. So it's it's been great.
Can I just say, Alex, I've seen your video on the opening of the shop, and I think it's absolutely mint.
It is mint,
Very much. Really good. The shop looks really clean, fresh, very inviting.
Yeah, it's you saw what it was like at the beginning. I definitely needed to make it fresher.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I can actually breathe in there now. It's great.
Me and James were just discussing about this before we came on live, about the fact that years ago, James, we would buy model kits from a newsagents, and you could get the paints there as well, and that's all gone now, isn't it? You don't see them in newsagents anymore.
Well, basically, you had. I always remember, because Park Road, which runs up that way, there used to be loads of sweet shops and toy shops up there. They're now all chippies, basically, and you used to be able to go in there, obviously buy a Matchbox car or a dinky toy, and then if you wanted a model, they had the model kits. Again, they were Matchbox. They were Matchbox kits, and then you could get the paint. It was Humbrol. Had the little tiny stand for Humbrol, and occasionally some paintbrushes, but never some glue. Annoyingly.
Yeah.
But you used to be able to do that with these shops. I can remember going down to the one down by Hawker's with a friend, because he got an ME109 as a birthday present. Yeah. So we went down with a list of the paints. We brought all the paints for an ME109. We never finished it, but
that's
I remember going. Sorry,
go on. I was just going to quickly say is that newsagents are prime now for Airfix to get back into. I was just talking at the weekend to the lads at Airfix, and I think they've pretty much got the starter set range pretty much wrapped up. There's not too much more they can do with that starter set range. So was there 8 models in the starter set range? There's nothing to stop newsagents stocking those starter set range. And if they now bring on the gift set range as well now, where you've got the more complicated models but come with the paint, like for instance the one I'm going to auction off tonight, this one here with the best of British, where you've got 2 planes in there, you got the paint. There's nothing stopping newsagents from holding this kind of stock because the paint is already in there. You know what I mean? All right,
Yeah.
I'll still swear to the day that the biggest improvement will be having decent cement in there, but that's something that Airfix are going to look at in the not too near to distant future. But there's nothing wrong with newsagents now having that, and if other companies are doing it, like the Revell, that's what I say. A point of sale, you don't have to have anything too complex in a newsagent. But if I was Airfix and I was selling for Airfix, that's the first thing I would do is try and get back into, offer them one of those metal stands, like an umbrella stand with hooks off them, and just shove on there 3 of each. Say do a set of 25 starter sets on there, give them a decent price, because that way you're hitting the Airfix in the newsagents. And that's one of the things they like about Airfix Scale Model magazine is that the branding is on the magazine racks. But what's got one step better is to put starter sets on a rack and sell them to newsagents, a little bit cheaper. They get a good bit of money for it, but it's in there because newsagents could do that. So just a thought anyway.
Yeah. I mean, look at the success that Lidl and Aldi have had with the starter sets. I mean, I know they're a very low price point, but nothing to stop newsagents doing that. I mean, just like James said, I remember going in with my dad. That's how I got into modeling. He would go in to buy his cigarettes, and there'd be the old Airfix hanging bag things, and then Frog and Nova or whatever. And I would get one of those. He'd get his cigarettes. My sister might get what was it, Twinkie magazine, Twinkle or something, And,
do you remember Looking? I used to get Looking when I was in the 80s. Yes. It was that magazine Looking, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a great, Saturday morning trip down to the newsagent while my mum was, doing whatever, having a line or whatever.
Yeah, so, that's right.
And occasionally you was looking, you got a free model kit.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I think they should do anyway. It's just a thought. It's something that if I was allowed to go out and sell Airfix, I would create a little thing for them to sell. And I said, if they can do that, start a set range or maybe a gift set range, they'll be golden, absolutely golden. But that's what we're here to talk about tonight. Well, I don't want to talk about it all night because I think we've got other things to discuss. But as you know, we discussed last week the situation with Airfix, and we've just had a little comment here saying, where was it? Somebody had put, can we go through what happened? Well, basically, Airfix released their second iteration of the Vulcan. Now, they released it 3 years ago, I believe, and they've had a big flash sale to get rid of all that old tool, the old Airfix schemes, not the old tooling, this is new tooling. And they announced that they were going to bring out this new one, which was the Black-Buck version of the Vulcan. Unfortunately, the designers weren't wearing their glasses.
And should have gone to Specsavers.
Yes, should have gone to Specsavers. Right? It's an honest mistake, isn't it? We can't say for it. It's an honest mistake. And they basically designed a pylon that was wrong. So we discussed it last week, didn't we, folks? On what were the options? So I came up with a couple of options. You all came up with them. So they could ignore the situation and pretend it doesn't exist, okay? Which they didn't do. They could offer an STL file with or a 3D printed resin part to replace the wrong part, which they didn't do either. What they did was what I think was the correct, this is me personally, I'm going to lay it out to you. I think they did the perfect thing, was what most manufacturers would do: issue an apology and issue a fix using the part that you had. I think that if you couldn't have made the part, I think they may have gone down the route of a 3D printed part. But this is what they did anyway. We'll add it to the screen so we can all see it. And if you've seen, I put it out. I wrote to FX and I got this response, and they said you can use this part of the email. And they said, we apologise for the incorrectly designed ECM pylon, part M-5 A PDF guide on how to modify the part is available for those that wish to use this part. Required for Scheme B in the kit. So it's only Scheme B that is affects. And I'm really honest with you, 95% of people would do Scheme A because they want the shrikes, just saying. But if you wanted to build Scheme B, you'd have to do some work on the part. The tooling will be corrected for future releases. And then next bit they put, we extend our apologies for any inconvenience this may cause. We know how important accuracy is and greatly value your understanding. And the PDF on the left hand, this is the PDF on the left hand side. And basically you remove the green section here. So you cut straight across, then down and across, and then you cut the what's that called again? The
radar jamming pod is
the radar jamming, that's it. Yeah. What's it called? Is it an A107, is it?
A101, I think.
A101. You cut that bit off there, and then you just glue it there, and then you place it on the wing. And you can see there's a gap. The people think it should go flush. No,
it shouldn't.
It's raised a bit, so it shouldn't go flush. It should be raised. So don't go cutting off these locating pins because they're actually part of the pylon. So lay that on the floor tonight. You can talk now. Do you think Airfix did the right thing? We'll start with Sully on this. Do you think Airfix have done the right thing by doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that really complain about it are the people that just can't be asked to do some proper bit of modelling. It's not difficult. I mean, that's what I'd done. If I'd have got the kit, I went, oh, that's a bit wrong. Okay, I'll cut that bit off and glue it flush like it should be.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a booby.
Yeah.
But I mean, oh Christ, I mean, like we said last time, I can't remember if we said this on the channel afterwards, but nobody's done a perfect kit. There's always something that's done something a little bit wrong. Yeah. And a bit of basic modelling fixes it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I mean,
what about you then?
Else you could say, is there?
That's it. What about you then, Nunu? What do you think of the statement? Do you think Airfix have played the game well here?
Yeah, I truly honestly think that they've done well. I think they took a little bit long to make the decision of what they're going to do. I think that's where they failed a little bit. But the solution is what we do for scale modeling.
Yeah.
We cut, we glue, and that's how it goes. If I would be happy, probably not, because we pay a big chunk of money for the model, but totally acceptable because no one is perfect. And I keep saying this: everyone mess up on their jobs. Some more noticeable than others. Like if a doctor mess up on operation, so something's gonna suffer dearly. But it's a plastic model. Just that were things to worry about. And again, I think that the only thing was the timing. But apart from that, I don't see any issue with that.
As a shop owner, Alex, would you recommend when somebody bought that kit off you, if you had it in the shop, would you print off that piece of that information to give to them if they sold it, as you sold it?
I'm going to take a bit of a devil's advocate position. I was disappointed in what they put out because there's a couple of things. So before we came on tonight, I did my usual small bit of research. If you just type in Airfix Black Book correction, there's no information. They put this out on Facebook, which, let's face it, is a dying platform. You have to be a member of the Airfix group to see that. It's not generally available. If you look at the Black-Buck Vulcan page on Airfix, there's nothing about it. So as a PR, and I'm again thinking from a corporate point of view, really, if I was internal in Airfix as a manager, I'd be a bit pissed. I think, like Nunu, they took too long, and they haven't been vocal enough about it, in my opinion. I just think it's a bit. I think they've done the minimum required, rather than. I think the response is fine.
Yeah.
As Nunu said, it's not a difficult fix. I mean, you don't need Airfix to tell you to do that if you're an experienced modeler. I mean, there is that caveat if you're an experienced modeler. If you're not an experienced modeler, you just bought the kit because you like the Black Buck stuff, you probably shouldn't be buying that as a starter kit because it's absolutely massive. But, you know, some people will, you know. You know, and you're not in all of the kind of Reddit groups and all that kind of thing and don't know about it, then that's a kind of bad experience. But I guess that's a small proportion of people. So, yeah, I guess the overall thing is just a bit disappointed. I mean, not disappointed enough that, I mean, just before we came on, I just ordered one.
Yeah.
Because I want the coin. I want the coin to, not for myself, but I think it'll be a good giveaway for the channel. Yeah, nice. So, but I probably will sell the kit in the shop.
Yeah, but I'm saying, would you give them that template? That
yeah, absolutely. You know, I'd just say, just be aware that, you know, Airfix made a mistake with this. It's not a big thing. You just cut this piece out. I don't think it affects really the kit. I think, again, like I said last time, it's the PR piece. I think a lot of people will wait, because if you look at that piece, they said the tool will be corrected in future releases. I think you'll find some people might wait for those future releases, hoping that the Shrike missiles will be, you know, updated to look a bit nicer, that the Shrike pylons will be corrected slightly because they're actually asymmetric, you know. So I think they may have hurt themselves in terms of possible sales. I mean, the fact that they're still selling the coin release, there's only 500 of those, and they're still selling it, 2 weeks after they announced this?
Yeah, but to be fair though, that's by and by with the coin bit, because I remember when I've bought every coin so far, every kit with a coin, and they do take, you know, between 2 weeks and a month for them to completely sold out. So
I am playing devil's advocate slightly, and I don't think it's it's the right response. I don't think they should have done an STL. You know, printing pieces. Again, the aftermarket can take care of that. It was a bit of a egg on the face moment. I think they could have responded better to sort of call out some of the naysayers. It's not the end of the world.
Andrew, actually, bless him, he actually wrote to Airfix and told them as soon as he saw the mistake, and he just put there that they sent him a 3D printed replacement, a pint glass, a coaster, and the Black Buck coin. So, but I think because he worked on them as they were going out, that he actually knew what he was talking about. So he's probably sent them loads of pictures as well. But if it is, I don't think it's a coaster. I think they would have given you one of these, which is a flying patch, so to go on your arm. I don't think it's a coaster. I think you find there's vocal on the back of it. Because I've not received an Airfix coaster, and I would have got one. You know
to be fair though, Moss, I use that patch as a coaster.
Do you really? I've got a few of them now. I keep collecting.
They make good coasters.
Yeah. I'm going to put this on one of my North Face jackets when I get a chance to. But yeah, I said I just wrote down what the basic email said. I noticed that people had screenshotted what I had put up on Facebook, and it got in Twitter, and it got shared around, which I was quite happy with. I think you're right, though. Maybe something on the website, particularly on the Airfix Vulcan buy-in page, there should be a little something, you know, download this if you want to build Scheme B. But I've asked a few people now, which one would they have built? They've all come back and said Scheme A, because I would have built Scheme A. I wouldn't have built Scheme B. You know,
Scheme A, not be funny. Scheme A's got a cool story involved.
Yes,
with it. It's a really cool story. It's got history, because they turned up at Brazil and said, "We're a 4-engine plane. We got to land. We've run out of fuel."
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
And they wouldn't let it go, would they? The Brazilians were adamant they were going to keep it, weren't they? You know, you don't need it no more. You've done what you need to do with it. But we wanted it back. Well, you, John Parker, do you remember of a time when manufacturers actually had to go the extra mile like this when something's gone wrong? Do you think of any other times?
I have had a couple of models in the past. I can remember maybe 10 or 12 years ago where they've actually put additional, as I said last week, additional instructions because the original instructions were incorrect.
Yeah.
No.
But they haven't gone and done a video and gone saying, "Oh, we're going to do this."
No.
Basically,
I do actually think. I mean, Alex had a point about the fact that Facebook is a dying platform. I think if Airfix were to use YouTubers like yourself, Flory Models, Matt's model minutes and stuff like that, you'll find that Airfix would get more exposure over this issue, especially over the correction, because people who are interested in modelers. In modeling, they'll review other people's videos, and the exposure is phenomenal.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I said I think at the end of the day now, I think basically we can draw a line under it. Jonathan Mock from the Interested Modeling Company yesterday or the day before with Jenny. Is it Jenny? She's called Genesis Modeling. They actually. They've recorded themselves cutting the part down, and it was done in 7 minutes. On the other side, I think about it. It's not a plane for a starter. I've got kits there which give you 7 different schemes, and every single scheme will require cutting a Spitfire or cutting the model down a particular place to put a certain wing in or a certain part in to make it. Even drilling the holes, we get them now where they're saying right at the very beginning, drill this hole here, hole here, hole here, because you've got to put a tank in or something. If you're doing that
Matchbox produced a 72nd scale Spitfire Mark 9, which they converted into a 16. And part of the instructions were you had to cut the back of the fuselage down.
Yeah.
In order to get a bubble canopy, because it had a bubble canopy. So it's something that a lot of modelers, a lot of model companies have actually utilised, the fact that you have to cut plastic. And, the minute anyone saw that situation with the Black-Buck Vulcan, they would have known really what to do.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that plays into this, though, which doesn't play to Airfix's favour, and I think Nunu mentioned it. The kit's 72.50 or 49. They just put that after they were just selling it off for 50, and you could get it for like around 40-45, which kind of, I don't know, it just feels bad because you could have bought the old Vulcan and essentially made the bits, 3D printed them, found the old Aero Club set or whatever, It just feels a bit. I think it just adds to that feeling of like, about it.
Yeah.
72.49. It's like you kind of expect it to be right, if you're paying a premium on the price. So I think that timing of having the flash sale and then bringing this out, it's just like was good if it was all perfect.
I think also, I don't think that I'm getting the impression it wasn't really planned because I bought the mystery bundle, didn't I?
Yeah.
And did the video, waited to put it out there because it wasn't quite done yet, and then so I put it out, and within just as I was about to put it live, the flash sale comes, so it knocked all my figures out. So I had to, before I put the video up, I had to do a little spiel and just say, "Hi guys, here I am. These figures were done before the flash sale." But it was a bit of a downer. But things happen. So
it felt a bit like two people weren't talking to each other in the Airfix office, perhaps.
Well, the supplier wasn't talking to Airfix.
Yeah.
Some disconnect somewhere. It was more of a feeling and an impression, I think, rather than anything intrinsically wrong.
But there'll be people who will buy this kit now, put it up upstairs, out the way for 5 years, saying that this was the Airfix kit, and then try and flog it on as a rarity on eBay for 350 quid, and then release it as a vintage classic with the wrong tooling. You know what I mean? The wrong bit.
It's just a funny thought came into my head there, is that somebody might have built it with that incorrect pylon.
Yeah.
And it's that pride of place.
Yeah, I think enough's been said. I think enough's been said across all the platforms. Whether we've talked about it on Discord, I've seen it on many Discords actually. Seen it on Twitter. Was where we first saw it was on Twitter, wasn't it? Somebody had done a thread on it on Twitter, Facebook, in all the groups. But ultimately that kit's now out there. Airfix won't recall them. Obviously, they have sent 3D parts out to people who've requested them. But ultimately, I really don't think it's a big deal just to cut something down to make it fit. And I think a lot of people have said if they were going to build Scheme B, they'll probably use aftermarket anyway. They won't use the bit that's in. To make it a scheme, it's only 2 bits anyway, isn't it? So it's difficult. I think the majority. That's why Scheme A is the popular one, I gather, by a lot of Part 2 Scheme A. And if you did buy it, you get a coin if you bought it from Airfix website. So, just quickly, I just want to show we've got 3 new members tonight. We've got World War II Scale Modelers Day has become a member. Ian Kerridge has become a member, and also Marcus Stone. Thank you very much for becoming a member. It's really good. And also Wayne Welly says that he's been a member for 8 months. So thank you very much, Wayne. If you email me after, I'll send you a model kit. All right, just email me after, and I'll send you one. But we have got some tonight, I guess, for the old auction. But as I was saying, I've had quite a few that haven't paid or they don't get back to me. So, which is a shame. But I have got some models for auction tonight. If you fancy doing some auctioning, so lying under the sand with that, with the Airfix kit. So if you do want to buy the Black Buck, obviously, you can take a screenshot of this here, or just download the PDF from the Airfix website. It's available on there, and then you can work out where to cut. Remember, you've got to cut it straight across here, because that little chunk there is actually the shoulder of the engineer that's working on it. So but that doesn't matter. As long as you cut it straight across there, you're absolutely golden, absolutely fine, and all good. And that's basically all I've got to say about it. Anyone else wants to pipe in about this? Anyone's got any other thoughts on this?
Well, just Airfix shot themselves in the foot with obviously they put the workbench thread up on Friday.
Yeah.
For the Black-Buck Vulcans, and no mention of it with the 607. And I mean, they could have put. We realise it's a mistake. Blah blah blah, and put the link in for the correction to the part.
That's a really good shout, actually, isn't it? That is actually a very good shout. Yeah, I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was very elegantly handled. It did feel a little bit like people were running around with, trying to come up with a response.
I think the problem here at the moment is that Airfix is trying to get advantage of the momentum. Started with the Spitfire, start getting talk, Sea Fury, Sea King, and they're trying to get more and more out. I think they need to take a step back, take a deep breath, regroup, and think, are we doing the right way, or are we just trying to rush ourselves and we're going to be looking like fools because we get this wrong? But again, that's my opinion, and probably Dale is now listening to this and go, right, scratch no not of the of the Creators Day.
Yeah, you and me both knew we blotted our copybook now.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think they are trying to take advantage of the momentum and go forward, but sometimes comes to a cost, and it's proving them right.
Yeah. David Barber says absolutely, Nunu. Yeah, I get that. Dan Usher's just said also, will Airfix release the Black Buck extras like they did for the Valiant? They did and didn't. They've done that a few times where they just send out a little box, don't they? For about £8 or £9 with added parts to it, and then you can do stuff with the model that you've already got. I saw one for sale actually when I was in Bovington on Sunday. There was an accessory kit for what? I can't remember which plane it was now. There was extra weapons basically for it.
Well, Hasegawa do that all the time. So
Yeah, you do. I wonder if there's anything Hasegawa that would.
they do the strike. They're doing in I believe, in 148th. I did that. I think I've got the set upstairs somewhere.
They did the strikes in 148.
Yeah.
I mean, the Shrike is not a. I mean, people have complained about the Shrikes, right, in the Airfix kit. If you look at an actual Shrike, it's basically what Airfix have represented. I mean, maybe the fins are a little bit thick on the Airfix one, but that's limitations of injection molding. It's not a complex missile. It is a tube, a pointy tube with 8 fins on it. It doesn't have lots of stencil data and all of the accoutrements that some modern missiles have. You can get. I'm not saying you should, but there are free STLs available of Shrikes. You can 3D print them really, really easily if you want something with a bit thinner wings, or just make your own out of plasticard.
I'll be back in 2, guys.
James Willard said, "Did you ask Airfix about it at the weekend when you saw them on the stand?" I did, and it was we talked about it, but nothing different was said than what's being released in the statement. I did say about the STL file when they said, well, it's just one little bit, because I said about what Alex was saying, that once you let that something go out there, that's the end of ownership, isn't it? Because STL files can be borrowed, pinched, thieved, abused, used, sold. So I kind of said I appreciate the apology, and I thought that the way it was handled was pretty well. I didn't think about the workbench Black Buck edition. That could have been a lot better. I get that. But at the end of the day, it's something that they're going to learn from. And I think if they come away from it knowing, we did this wrong, we'd be careful next time, that's going to make it better for everyone all around, isn't it?
Well, not being funny, you don't realise that Tamiya do make mistakes. You don't realise it until you open the box, because there's a little correction sheet in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do they do a big announcement? They do a big announcement and a video apologising? No. I don't think Airfix has done anything different to what any other scale model manufacturer would have done. They would have put out a press release and hoping that the likes of us and like Flory or Gary from Gary's Stuff, or us guys here on our own channels, put out, well, this is what Airfix have said and doing, and we move on from there. And if you don't like it, I'm pretty sure that you can send the kit back. But I don't think anybody will, because, like I said, I reckon the majority of us who are going to build it are going to do Scheme A. And I think that's a fair comment on it.
I think from a company point of view, though, that's a dangerous precedent to set if you're relying on external forces to do your PR effectively. It might work for the odd one or two things, but you lose control of the narrative. So,
but don't all scale modelers do that? All manufacturers, Tamiya are the same with them. They very rarely release anything, and it's all in the Tamiya magazine. Everything they always seem to end up.
But the thing is, we're not comparing eggs with eggs, are we? Tamiya have the market position. Airfix don't. Airfix are trying to build up their. They're in a different. They're in growth phase, right? They are trying to both satisfy the investment company by remaining profitable, and increase their local and global reach. And they're doing really well. But perhaps, like Mooney said, they do need to just take stock of exactly how they're doing that, because, like with the QC thing that we've mentioned many times on Airfix and Chill, and all of us have talked about in videos before, that lets down a lot of the work they do in the UK. Little mistakes like this cropping through. These sorts of things happen more often when you're overworked and trying to do too much. Tamiya have a leading market position. They have a global brand which sells equally in the US, well, probably more in the US and Japan, and as well as Europe. They have the name. Yeah, they make mistakes, but they don't necessarily make mistakes in the way that Airfix have done here.
Yeah, Decal's in the wrong place, Alex, on Tamiya armor.
Sorry, they
Tamiya do make mistakes a lot of the time with the decals place. They put the wrong decals on a piece of armor. And they don't mention anything about it. It
But I
takes.
don't think that's the same as molding something completely incorrectly after you've just made a massive announcement about it.
Well, they just miss it. Tamiya just miss it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To summarize all of this, I think that the biggest issue here is that it was Airfix. And everyone makes a point of, Airfix is rubbish because they've never been good and they're trying to be good and they still being the same thing. Because again, Tamiya does it, Asgawa does it, Hobbyboss does it, but they don't issue anything. I remember Hobbyboss having the complete wrong colors on the decals for the Portuguese version of the A7. They didn't release anything. They said, deal with it. We don't care.
Right.
Roachridge said after another big release, it'll probably be most forgotten about anyway.
It was Airfix. It was unfortunate for Airfix. And
Yeah.
haters will be haters, and that's how it goes.
but again,
And I'm
you know,
back
playing
again.
devil's advocate, they if you make a big song and dance about something and it's wrong, people are going to point at it much more than if it's just a regular old release and it's wrong. Regardless of who you are, right? If Tamiya had come out and made a big song and dance about their F-35A that they released recently, and they've got, I don't know, the shape of the canopy wrong, they put it as an F-35B, I'm pretty sure the shit would have hit the fan for them. I'm pretty sure people would have been up in arms, especially because it was Tamiya, and Tamiya don't make that sort of mistake. And they've made this big fanfare about it. I think the whole fanfare, the release, you know, secret kind of nature of it, surprise release, again, all played into that.
Didn't somebody say that the Tamiya F-35A Lightning that
As a correction sheet for the Bombays.
as the Bombays were wrong?
Yeah. About cutting and marking something off on them. It has a correction sheet. I'm sure it is.
I've got it here, so let me see. I didn't see one.
No, you didn't get the correction sheet. Then you're not special.
Obviously not. I know that.
They got the colours. They got the colours wrong in the weapons bay somewhere.
What? How could they get white wrong?
No, you've got all the what's this in there, in you? All the gubbins inside.
Good point from Lexi.
Yeah, most model companies' internet presence is poor, but you know, relying on external people to do PR is what most PR is these days. Influencers are the best PR.
Yeah, she's right.
I said
look at Prime Drinks.
I mean, for instance, the company Wargaming that produce World of Tanks and World of Warships and World of Warplanes, whenever they want to know what the market is deciding what's good or bad, they introduce all the YouTubers to their HQ and they have a big, massive meeting about it. They actually involve the YouTubers.
Yeah.
Slightly
Model
different
companies
demographic.
should do the same. Yeah, but model companies could do the same.
They could, absolutely. And I think Airfix would be lauded in the fact that they're starting that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Airfix did do that. They invited 12 YouTubers up to HQ for a day and did, you know, and then Humbro got involved, and then I spoke highly of Humbro.
And you almost got kicked out of the thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest. People like yourself, Moss, you're going to be more in tune with what the market actually wants because you talk to the market.
No.
Well, like I've said on many occasions now, after doing my Concord challenge, the amount of people who have said that they didn't do the Concord challenge because no tool is any good and they've built them previously. And I think that if Airfix, because we know with the Vulcan, people built the Vulcan years ago and said we're not going to build another one. Then when the new one came out, they all built that one because they knew it was one of the most accurate ones out there and wasn't going to be a filler queen. And I think the same for Concorde. And I talked to Luke and James, I think he's called, at Bovington about the Concorde, and I said, I think Airfix won't miss a trick by redoing the Concorde. Somebody needs to do it, and especially now the Lego ones come out.
Yeah,
£180. £180. Someone, they must have got the research.
Well, that's officially licensed by Airbus, not being no disrespect. The Lego one. So obviously Airbus having a nice big chunk of that money.
But then again, the Concorde here has got Airbus markings on it. Airbus, they've got the So why not just do another? Because that's one thing I think missing from Airfix anyway. Is they don't do a range of aeroplanes, civilian aeroplanes like that. Boeing's 737. I don't think they could do better than Revell can if they wanted to.
Well, they used to sell them, and they sold quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I built one. Built a BAC 111.
Nice kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise they had tinted glass on the canopy for that F-35A, which is interesting. Tamiya released the canopy which had tinted glass.
Yeah, do the gold reflective colour on it.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, I'm not, I think a lot of people, there are corrections to be made on tools and on models, but that's what makes us better scale modelers, isn't it? If we have to work at it a little bit more. But TSR2. Do you know what? At the weekend, somebody had one for sale there for 60 quid, and somebody bought it off him for 40. A 148 TSR2 from Airfix, 40 quid. He bought it for. I was really upset because I wouldn't have paid 60 for it, but I would have paid 40. But there you go. Airfix just need to suck it up and make what we all want. French planes, absolutely no bias from me.
Greenhouses with wings.
Or bear cards.
Heresy.
Is she talking about a Mirage there?
Yeah.
Bearcat hasn't got much of the instrument panel, has it?
I think Airfix are just going to stick to British. I think. Look at what they've released.
Apparently, they're working on something that's got a lot of instrument panels in it. Apparently.
Right. Apparently.
I think they should do a Bearcat. I need one to paint in pink. So.
Yeah.
Could that be a space shuttle?
Space shuttle. Tell you what, though, I reckon if they did do a space shuttle, they'd be all going out there. We've all got 3D scanners. We're going to go out there and spend a holiday at JF. What's it called? At the.
They can go to New York, can't they?
Yeah.
But then that's the prototype there.
Yeah.
They got one at the Smithsonian in Washington, I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Where's the Enterprise? That's at Florida, isn't it?
That's up on the Intrepid.
Oh, is that on the Intrepid now? Because it used to be the static display at Florida, didn't it?
Yeah. They flew it up there.
It's called Enterprise, isn't it?
Yeah.
The original one, yeah.
Yeah. But that's the other thing I noticed the other day, that Concorde's been moved around, hasn't it, in America for a refurb? They put it down in the river, didn't they? They sailed it down the river.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 2012 they flew them around, on the 747. I remember I was at work and it was summer of 2012, and it did a flyover of the DC area before going out to Dulles Airport, and it's now in the Dulles Airport Annex of the Air and Space Museum.
Nice.
Yeah. Sod the Boeing. It's about time someone did a good range of GA aircraft, Cessnas, Pipers, etc. That'd be interesting. I bought an Airfix submarine this week at the model show.
Is that more than 2 bits, Moz?
No, it's not. It's 3 bits. I don't get it.
You forgot the conning tower. Yeah.
It was only £6 as well. It was only £6.
£2 a piece.
There you go.
Oh, it's Trafalgar.
Trafalgar. Yeah.
But it's not. It's 3 pieces. Look. And if I take it out of the bag and we cut it open, but it didn't sell well. Apparently, this one it didn't sell well.
That will be a good 1 hour challenge for you, Alex.
There you go. 3 pieces. This one. It's 3
Nice.
bits. Detail on it. Oh, let me go big screen a minute so you can see some detail, shall we? Detail. I'm going to get with that comment as well. Hang on.
It looks like a drop tank off a Hunter.
Yeah.
Nice detail on it. You know?
1 hour challenge, Alex?
Yeah. 1 hour challenge.
I mean, that's not really a challenge, is it? 30-minute challenge, really.
They should. I tell you what.
Not really a challenge.
I'm not going to bullshit when I say this. If they said it didn't sell well, they should make these into starter sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make them out of black plastic.
Yeah, starter set. Look at that. That isn't difficult.
That's not bad, actually.
You know, the propellers all. You know, that's all there. This could be a starter set.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You're not wrong there.
And look, there's a few colours in there, but you could get away with 3 colours. But how many bits are there? There's a little bit of drilling involved. That's the only other thing. But there's been drilling involved in starter sets. You know, basically the first part is making up the base. So 2 parts. And that's it, really. You decide which one you want. But you could easily do this as a starter set. And then you put that on there. It's quite simple. And then on the top, the only bit that's going to be a bit difficult is the island, isn't it? You've got a choice of islands on this one. 2 halves there. The propellers, it's pretty simple, straight in, done. And
But
then
they'd just print different instructions, wouldn't they, Moss? And just give you the one choice.
one choice. And that's it. That's the only difficult bit will be that bit. But that's mostly paint job anyway, isn't it? Painting. And then finally you put the 2 ends on and then job done. And the call out for it. Or even they could sell them as a gift set in the local newsagents. That's the call out for it.
In a small bag.
Yeah. In a small bag. Excellent. Do you know I could run Airfix? What did you say to me, James, when I come on tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, how's your job going?
We all
How's your job going? How's your job going? Yeah.
Job going. Epic. But yeah, so let's say the call out. You don't need all.
No, the question we all want to know is how is that lovely holiday home you've got in Spain?
Oh yeah.
Paid for by Jason at Outlaw Paints.
Yeah, it's lovely, mate. I'm going over in a few weeks' time to spend some time there. And first thing I'm going to do is spray up the walls with Outlaw paint. I can't believe that comment. That made me chuckle. That did. Did anybody see that comment that somebody wrote on one of my videos? Oh, that was right. It was on the Ferret Scout video when they said, "Really love your channel, but Christ, you don't have to go on about Outlaw Paint. Are they paying you or something?" And I just responded back, "But actually, yeah, they're paying me thousands, and they've also bought my new house in Spain."
Yeah, but Moss, what are you going to paint your house that Airfix gave you in Margate? You can't use paint like that.
Margate.
Actually,
Well,
to be
it's
fair,
not really a
Isn't that a what's it chalet? In it? It's a chalet.
The beach hut, yeah.
to be honest, to be really fair, I've got to get a new roof for the one in Margate. That's the only thing I've got. They've given me the shell. I've just got to put a new. Basically, it's a 1-to-1 version of the Afghan house that they had sold years ago. They actually rebuilt one, and then they 3D scanned it, and they made this Afghan blown up house that they sold. And
I remember the scandal over that. The scandal was horrific, wasn't it?
So I've got to put a roof on it. That's all.
You've got to patch up the circular hole.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's it. There, it's a 1 to 350 Trafalgar class submarine. It could make a really good gift set. What you need? How many paints is it you need on this one? I can't remember how many paints it was. You only need 4 paints. 4 paints. You know. Skill level 2, which I kind of get, but gift sets can be skill level 2. So I think this will be prime for a gift set. So we're going through these kits now.
Well, I reckon if you did the version with the conning tower with all of the the periscopes and stuff down, it's going to be more like a level 1. You probably only need like 2 paints, really, don't you? Black and something else to pick out the details.
I think the only one you need.
I think Nuno's going to do one. Get one. You should send it to Nuno. You should send the sub to Nuno because then he can spray it pink. There must be some extras for him. And
I think gold.
And summer shop.
It should be gold.
Oh, gold will be amazing. Yes.
Yeah, and have an option for a bird's nest.
I'm looking at where they're painting 50. Oh yeah, so. Basically, the only colours you really need is black and grass green, which is the propeller, is grass green. It says here you need brass as well, but that's only for the flagpoles of brass. The rest of it's all matte black and just green on the propeller there, and then on top of the island there, if you know what I mean.
You'd only really need 2 pots of black, 1 of green.
Oh, you do away with one. One that is not big. You'll get away with 1 pot of black on that one, I reckon.
You need black and light black.
No, you need 1 black. You need a silver.
Prime it in black and then prime over the primer.
That's a good shout.
But the gold. But Alex, the gold is already there. I just need to extend a little bit further from the propeller. Moss is not entertained by the idea. Not at all.
The prop on the Trafalgar was anodized brass. Right, I see. Cut the sub at the waterline and make a good sea diorama, and it will look great. Yeah, it's one of those sub kits on eBay for £60. Really? That'd be good. I'm not building it now. Then that's going to go 60 quid. Is that right?
Wow.
That's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Anyway, on tonight's auction, we've got this submarine starting the bids at 40.
Yeah.
40p.
I will just say though, I actually love the decal sheet's lovely because it's got all the names there. You see that?
Oh yeah.
So when you can put that on the base, HMS Triumph, Trafalgar, Talent, Torbay, Trenchard, Turbulent, and Tireless. So so this Trafalgar class, I think it looks pretty supposed to say six quid I paid for it. I can't go with 60 quid because I got it off the Mr. Model stand and he sells on eBay anyway, so he wouldn't have sold this to me for $6.95. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I thought it was a lovely little. I thought, I'll have that. I also bought a JB Models Land Rover as well. So that was before Airfix bought them and then released them as their own at 176 scale or 172. So
I've got one of those as well, Moss. It came in a job lot. Somebody actually came into the shop and said, "Oh, do you buy models as well?" He must have been watching Airfix and Chill.
Yeah.
So if you want another one, I've got one, the long wheelbase version.
There you go.
Yeah, these are I didn't spend a lot of money this time because, as I said, I'm trying to buy a camera. But yeah, so I bought a few kits on the cheap. I bought this. So this is the one that I got, which is the JB Models long wheelbase Land Rover.
That's exactly the one I got.
Yeah. I picked up another Lightning for a £5, the 100 scale Lightning.
Oh, built one of them.
Also, in that 100 scale, I see a lot of them actually. Now Matt from Model Minutes did the video. I see them all the time now.
Yeah.
That one there, the MiG-19 Farmer in 1:100 scale for a £5 as well. And last but not least, just because James, you've told me about this one, I went and bought one. It was a bit more expensive, so it was 15 quid.
Oh, I've got one of them.
The Dingo.
I
That's
built
why
one.
you. Well, you built one, didn't you? It was you. Sorry, I know James said he built one.
Yeah, tiny.
Yeah, the Bingo.
Bingo.
Yeah,
So,
renamed it after JC Bricks and Built.
And while I was also there, I went looking through the profile. You know, you've seen the profile magazine, aircraft profile magazine. I bought 107, which is the Bearcat one. So a little bit of toilet reading there for me, because it's got all the schemes in it. There's the beauty about this. It's got all the lovely schemes that they have. That's good about these. You know, so yeah, and that's the one that's at Duxford, isn't it? 201. That's the one that's at Duxford.
Yep.
Yeah. So there it is. 103. But yeah, so I had a good time. It was good fun up there. As I said, you know, it's a good little model show, that one at the Tank Museum, and you can sit all day and look at the tanks. That is looking. Is that the Bearcat from Hobby Boss?
It is.
This one here that I'm about to start building.
Yes, that's the one.
That's the one. That's my next build, because I've got me Moz Models paint.
What scale is that one, Moss, if I may ask?
148.
Too big.
Too big.
No, for the purpose is too big.
John Alec, I'm intrigued what you were working on at the start of the stream. What are you working on, John?
Oh, this is the Mobius Moon Bus. I'm doing a you might call it a group build, but there's just a handful of us that are doing a let me just show you. It's the Moon Bus from 2001.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a nice kit. I've really enjoyed putting this together. I mean, you know, the fit it's not perfect, but for Mobius models, it's really good. So it's nice and detailed. It's pretty big, and I don't know, maybe $25 or something like that. So yeah,
that's $20 too much.
I'm lighting it, you know, so it's
wow. Here you go, Sully. Get your semi on now, mate. Look at that. He's got wiring in it, Sully.
Uh-oh.
Sully's there wiping himself.
Nah, it just needs a bird's nest to go with it. It'll be sorted.
yeah, bird's nest. That's what it needs. It needs a bird's nest.
Chickens.
What's
some
a few
chickens
pigeons in that?
Some pigeons in there. There you go. Trafalgar for sale there. From Germany, £62.55 with £18.77 postage and backing.
Wow.
It's not that much.
I spent more on an Airfix catalogue. Still proud of that catalogue. First
You
edition.
spent more on a printer.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, you tart. That's why I was waiting for that. I was waiting
Well,
for
it's
that.
not a printer. It's airplane support.
Does anybody want
The decking station.
Does anybody else want a Bandai kit, a real vintage Bandai kit?
Hey, no wrong with that.
Bandai. Look at that for a
Right.
brand. The only trouble is it's all in. Is it German or Japanese? Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, everything's in Japanese. Like, they eat your heart out. Look at that. This side here looks like it's the terms and conditions of. Look at that. Did you guys do it that way? Is it or do it that way? I can't remember now.
They read it backwards, don't they?
I've actually had Google Translate working along it, like, you know, coming up with big words, and it doesn't make sense. But yeah, it does come.
It says Moz, don't build it.
There you go. There's a diorama picture in the back of it.
Wow.
I'm enjoying it. Actually, going up in the loft, it was just going up in the loft in this old Ferrari V8 as well, Bandai Ferrari V8.
Oh, nice.
That one is cool.
Yeah.
Wind up motor.
That is nice.
Wind up motor in that one. Yeah. Japan.
Well, complicated.
Also,
This for Moss.
1 hour challenge.
I did get that kit as well, Alex, that we were talking about on the what's it called? Our podcast.
The Panther.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're right though. That's all cast, that is. That's all cast in there.
Huh.
Cast metal, that is. So, and that's cast as well on top. That's cast. So the top, it goes on top, doesn't it? So you have to screw it in.
Multimedia.
Yeah. So it comes with 2 screws into a rubber band track. So the rest of it's all plastic. So I'm interested in how well that goes together, trying to attach plastic wheels to cast iron, which will be interesting because the wheels are all plastic in here.
It actually works really well, Moss, and they still turn afterwards.
Are you still doing it? Have you done one of you? You built it?
I put the wheels on, yeah, because I had the same like, oh, how's this going to work? And it actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm heading out. See you later.
Are you going, are you, Johan?
Yeah.
Great to see you again, mate. How is life?
Take care, buddy.
Yeah, could be better, but could be worse. So.
All right, mate. We know where
Hopefully
we're at
we'll-
anyway.
Yeah. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Um,
Have a good one.
Model officer says, "Man's models. Did you get your package?"
I did, thank you. Yes.
Wow. Which brings us on to I've watched Gary's stuff, do his Outlaw paint review, and I've seen Nigel do his. How are you getting on with your paints, Nunu?
I'm gonna keep in silence for the time being.
Are you struggling with them?
Chicken.
There's something that is not agreeing with me. I
Okay.
can put the finger on. I can put the finger on what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna do more testing today. Well, not today. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I started painting. I can show you briefly.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a Spitfire. The underneath is painted. The top is primed with the black primer. It's coming okay, but it's not. The paint is not as smooth as I would like to.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because it doesn't suit my style or I'm doing something wrong.
What's your PSI at the moment? What are you running at?
I'm run 15, 16.
Does it make any difference if I say I run it at 12 psi? Would that make any difference? Because I run it
No.
at 12 psi. I know some people run it at 20 psi, but I put it through my brush at 12.
I think this is a paint that likes to be spread and doesn't like to be precise. But I was using a 0.2 needle, which might not help as well because it was dry. It was giving me dry tip a little bit.
Really?
So I paint differently. I don't go spraying massively the paint over the model. I try to be precise and accurate where I apply the paint, just to give it the tone variation that I'm looking for. But
So are you a harder and steamback guy?
yeah,
That's the reason. Bloody harder and steam, but
Are you
Wait.
Infinity?
Wash your
That's what
mouth.
I'm
now.
running it. Is that with the 2 dots? Is that 2 or is that 1.5?
Yeah. No, the 2 is the 0.4, I believe.
Is that 0.4? Is it?
Yeah. The one is not 1 point. The 0.2.
So I'm spraying at 0.4. You see?
Yeah.
I don't get tip dry, but also I've got the. But then again, I wouldn't know if I did, because I'm the kind of guy that will just do that after every so often. I just naturally just pinch and carry on. That's one thing I do. I put it back. I will look at the model, pinch, blow on the paper, then onto the model.
Yeah.
So,
But again, I need to try different with these ones and see how it goes. Because even when when I touch the paint, it's not smooth. It's like a bit grainy. So it's a tough one. I don't want to make judgments. I don't want to say, oh, they are amazing or they are crap before I understand. And more than likely, the problem will be me. Don't get me wrong. But I need to
understand. It's temperature and humidity related. The trouble is, though, I'm not convinced by humidity and related with these paints because they dry very fast.
Yeah, they are lacquer. They dry fast.
I don't think temperature is such a big issue, is it? Humidity might be.
I don't know. Humidity, because
humidity.
Or actually, if your air from the compressor isn't very dry, that could be an effect.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Yeah. Well, with all the other lacquers, I don't get this thing.
The reason I mentioned that is because I was doing a live build yesterday. My compressor wouldn't work. Now, it was my fault, but I just thought maybe it's the water. I haven't drained it recently.
Wow.
Is that all?
Yeah.
So, but on the plus side, I'm going to let this condense down a bit, and great rust effects. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rust pigment
for a
for
bit.
sure.
Yeah. So grainy paint is drying before hitting the model. Go in closer. You try going in closer.
No, I only paint closer modes. I don't paint far away from the model. Because again, I like to have control on the paint. And again, like James is saying, I need the light coats. I always apply light coats. Different PSI. I need to try that. I might even try to add a drop of Mr. Leveling Thinner and see if it works better with further diluted. But again, I don't want to say this or that because, like I said, Nigel went okay with them. Gary went okay with them. So I'm assuming the issue is me. And I need to understand what I'm doing wrong.
I've been using them now for 3 months and I've really loved them. I know that my Ferret Scout looks absolutely perfect. Black, white on black prime, and then for the highlights, and then straight on with the NATO green. And I did the same with the Whippet as well, black and white.
Don't get me wrong, Moz. When you open the airbrush, like the primer, I have no concern. I'm just applying the primer and covering things. When you open the airbrush, it goes beautiful. No issue with the primer. Absolutely perfect.
What? So you reckon the primer's right up there, like Nigel was saying? That
Primer is good, and you can see on here. The primer is good, and once you open the airbrush, they flow absolutely perfect. They are really good. Thing is, if you notice here, I like to leave my blacks showing, so like a pre-shading thing.
Yes.
And for that, you have to control the paint, where you paint, and all those kind of things. And it's on that part that I'm struggling to control the paint. Once I do the camo, because I always do it in freehand, I'll try to understand how it works better. But at the moment, to get these shadings on here, it was a struggle, to say the least. But again, I'm assuming the issue is me, and I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Because again, I don't want to say the problem is the paints when clearly more people have tested and it's not the paints. So
what I'm going to say is, and I said this to a few others, you've got to learn to use the paint. Every paint reacts and behaves differently, doesn't it? I think Pete from Moscow Modeling is quite right, because I do spray heavy, and Oz is saying the same, spray a little heavier. So,
the wetter the better.
The wetter the better,
but it takes the effects I want to give to the model, if it makes sense.
But if you're using a 1 point, if you're using C2, you want
not
a 1.5 really, don't you? If you want to be that.
No, not 0.2 is perfect. I have no issues with that.
Yeah.
But again, Moz, it's just I need to understand what I'm doing wrong.
The one person I want to see use Outlaw paints out of everybody would be James from LPJ Models.
Yeah.
Because that's a man who actually knows everything there is to know about pigment, paints, how
Yep.
they react, what they do. And
Yep.
I hope that James, the model officer, has been able to send him some, because I think, you know, he's the man to really test the paint. No disrespect to anybody else. Just
No. By far.
I think we all agree that LPJ Models, he's just a whiz. He's, you know.
To be fair, he's the one we go to for advice, isn't he? For
Yeah,
stuff
it
like
is,
this.
yeah.
To be
Yeah,
fair, we all do, don't we?
He
Most
is
definitely,
the oracle, isn't he? He is the oracle. Because he worked in an art shop, didn't he? He knows paints and thinners and
He knows his shit, as they say.
oh, he does, doesn't he? You know, I mean, it
So
shows.
I had to message him about. I had to message him. You know, how he did his interior for his Sea King. I had to message him about that because I couldn't remember how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I knew he'd be the one that, you know, told me right and everything.
Yellow pigments are notoriously hard to use well. Yellow always seems too thin. My yellow with the Outlaw paint has been absolutely phenomenal. You know,
If you watch Nigel's one on his Sea King, I've forgotten which episode. I don't think it's the last one. I think it's the one previous to that. He sprayed it on camera, and he said it went down really well.
Well, that yellow, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really no disrespect to Nige, but Nige's very critical and in a good way, like, you know what I mean. So he's like, you know, just to go, oh yeah, that's good or that's shit. He just puts a lot more effort into going, well, you know, this, that, and other. Pros and cons of it.
He did. I got the impression he was on the fence.
Yeah.
On the fence. Well, I'm all in now, and so I've got the 177 paints coming, haven't I? So,
from what I got from Nigel's video, is that he knows that they are not quite there. He just doesn't know why, as well.
Yeah.
But because the yellow went perfect, and the black he was complaining about that was going too fast, wasn't covering enough. So I think it's a process of learning how to work with these paints. And once you get that mastered, we are absolutely flying. But till that point, it's trial and error. We need to figure out how it works, because again, we all have different styles of painting, and if like my method of painting is pretty much like James from LPJ Models.
Yeah.
Thin paints, build your things.
Yeah. But
again, like Vallejo, I can paint airbrush through them for the life of me. Other people swear by it, that they are the amazing thing to airbrush. So again, it's you understanding the paints and working with them. But we will figure out. We'll get there.
I think you'll get there. Yeah, as I said, but see, it's like I go back over the years, and I've always struggled with, even though I had Vallejo, struggled with them. Got onto Attacker, and I liked Attacker, and I did. You know, orange and red line, perfect, really did.
Yeah.
But then I used to spray Humbrol with water. So when you can see my progression, I've used shite. I've had to work with shite because I use Humbrol all the time. It wasn't until somebody said, try this paint, that I even realised that you could use other paint, or Revell even. See, Revell Aqua goes through an airbrush pretty well. You know?
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Mix, right? So yeah, it's it'd be interesting on who, you know, how it, but as I said, even the mix, you know, when he showed that, because that's the mix there. You see that bottle there? You can see there it is. That's how much pigment is in, and this one is British Interior Green. And I just shake it twice. 1, 2, and that's look at that. You know, it's mixed. You know, you have a few more things, but it's pretty well mixed. It mixes really well. But when you're mixing liquid pigment with thinner, it's different to mixing powdered pigment in thinner, if you know what I mean. So, but they always say, like, I think Annette's right. I like airbrushing with Vallejo air. Well, in theory, you shouldn't have to. It's mixed ready to go in the airbrush, but we all seem to have to thin it down, and depending on the pigment, the more you have to thin it. but it should
And-
really be.
Yeah, Vallejo Model Air is the perfect consistency for brush painting.
Yes.
Yeah. I find out that for Vallejo Model Air, I always have to use paint retardant.
You said
No, you
that.
don't.
Do you use Vallejo? Do you, James?
Yeah.
I do.
Well, I did do. I used to do all my spraying with VAO.
What would you
I
use
used-
now then?
I used LP. I went over to over to Lacquers because it's
Do you use
quicker.
the MRPs? Do you?
MRPs and LPs
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm
and
LP.
Tamiya XFs and that because they are technically a lacquer. But no, VAO. I used to use the airbrush cleaner
Yeah.
Yeah.
to thin it because that acts as a retarder on that. It acts like self-leveling thinners basically,
Mm.
and you get a beautiful finish with it.
Dave Barber said he added flow improver, but then I the idea for me is that I just want to grab the bottle, get the pipette, bomb, spray. That's what I want and as I said, people say MRP is perfect for that. I was told that Vallejo was good for that. But I always found that it took more effort in mixing the Vallejo in the bottle than any other paint. It was really, you had to really give it a good mix. You got 20 different people who try these paints and you'll get 20 different answers. It's true. It's really true. Because what do you use again, Sully? You use Tamiya, don't you?
I just use Tamiya, yeah.
You ever use Hitaka?
Yeah, to be fair, I'll agree with you. AK I've always sort of struggled with.
Yeah.
Meg Ammo, I'd say mixed results, but they've generally worked quite well for me.
Yeah.
But that's heck.
Yeah. But no, Vallejo I've always struggled with, so I only use them for brush painting. I've always used Tamiya and just made do with what I've got.
Yeah.
I know their range isn't the best, but personally, I've always found them quite good to mix.
Yeah.
And generally, I've got the colour I've wanted, or found somebody that's got the right mix and tried it, and it's worked great for me. And especially with Mr. Leveling Thinner, just flat finishes all day long.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, AK Real Color is the ones that are closer to Tamiya.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that said before, though, that AK do a good range. Doc Brown scale models, SMS is the best I've found recently. Vallejo Air will be for brush painting only for me. I have got some SMS. I never got on with it. Well, when I did my Spitfire, I couldn't get the gloss to go. I sprayed up to do a freehand of green, and it was so shiny. And even after 4 MAC coats, whether it was using the Humbro coat or the Tamiya matte varnish, I just couldn't get rid of that gloss on the green. So yeah, I get that. Beaver 2206, never heard from you before. Nice to meet you and join us on Airfix and Chill. Model Air works well for me with flow improver, though as the paint gets older, the composition changes slightly and I have to start adding water and thinners. Yeah.
You do have to thin it, but it
Model
goes on for it lasts a long time.
Model Officer, brush paint for me is becoming too thin coats, but they haven't got the range though, have they yet, James? I don't think the range is there, especially military. I think it's more for Warhammer, isn't it? Too thin coats. I've used too thin coats at, believe it or not, Bovington, when they were up there for Tank Fest. The Models for Heroes were there then with Malcolm, and I was just, had a Warhammer figure, and I started using it, and I was a little bit impressed with that as well. So that could be the next slide. But I know that Outlaw Paints are bringing out their own, what's it called, hand brush paints as well at some point. So Glycerin is a good to add a few drops of. It does more or less the same thing as flow improver. Probably just as cheaper as well. I do mostly brush painting because of power constraints. Living on battery power can have some minor disadvantages. Fair enough, Milan. Where are you based, Milan, in the world? Let me know. It does have a small range, but more is coming very soon. I'd like to see that. And thanks, Hobby Barn. Good tip. Anyway, it's 9:30. Sorry, one officer just said Outlaw brush paints planned for end of 2024. So another 18 months yet before we see them on the market. So, shall we have a few? Shall we get your wallets out? Shall we have a few? I use Outlaw paints on my 124 scale Airfix Spitfire, no problems. So that's funny you say about SMS gloss. I just sprayed something with black yesterday. I thought it looked suspiciously glossy. And you've got me worried now. Haha. Yeah, it went so glossy I couldn't tone it down. And I even spoke to the guy, and all he said, the guy from SMS, and all he said was use our matte clear. And then when I went to get some from the local model shop, they were sold out. So I didn't get them. So I haven't used them since. Anyways, right, first on the list then for tonight. Right, where's my little holder for my phone so you can see the times? So we'll go on to. Let's put this on silent mode so I don't get pervy text or nothing like that. You know. What I mean is adverts for more model kits to buy.
You mean your Russian bride website?
Ah, tell me about it.
Yeah, you want your Russian bride for your Spanish holiday home, don't you?
Yeah, I did. Something like that anyway.
It's his order for his automated banana cleaner.
Yeah.
He's trying to work that out.
Giving me a tick.
He's trying to get the lipstick off the end of the banana.
Oh dear me. Right, on that bombshell. Start the clock. 5 minutes. So first on the list is a Revell 144 scale Concorde. It has been opened because I did a review between the Airfix one and the Revell one. Obviously, the Airfix one won that one because I built it. But yeah, so all the bits are there, all the glass is there, everything's in its box. As I said, it has been opened just to do a review. I'll just make sure. Yeah, it's all there. It's just that the box is opened. And the glass is in the bottom there as well. Let's make sure the decals are there.
Give me 20 quid, Moss. I'll take it away for humane disposal.
There's the decals for it. So you've got some nice decals there for it. Which is good. So we'll just put that back in there. And the instructions. So yeah, we've got so at the moment Captain VFC has it at £5
to chuck on the bonfire.
I'll let you do that if you want to chuck on the to be fair, it's hard work it, but you do get a Concorde out of it, you know.
Just remember, guys, you've got an add £5 post.
Yeah, there's £5 postage on these, right? £5 postage on that one. So, but a Concorde then, if anybody wants to grab a Concorde, let me know. Well, just not become. Whoops. I'm gonna put it on there. So 3 minutes left on this one. We got £5 on there. Hopefully, Outlaw Star Wars range comes out soon, Pete. I'll tell you something. The lot who are going to buy Outlaw paint is the train lot. Have you seen the train? If you look on their website, look at the trains. Doc Brown, £6 on Mossy.
I think the cars as well, Moss. They've got some really
they do some nice pearlescent as well.
Yeah.
Well, you spend more on a box of matches, don't you, Doc?
Mm. Where are you based to, Doc Brown, by the way?
New Zealand.
Wow. It might cost a bit more than a fiver to ship back across New Zealand. So, Stephen Haynes put £7 for that one, which is good. Anfield Road layout. I'm going to get out Outlaw paint. I think all the letters are there, but they're not quite in order. I'm going to get Outlaw paint. Yeah.
You missed some letters as well.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
struggles
Outlaws.
with
Yeah.
dyslexia.
I was
But
taking the mick. He knows I'm taking the mick out of him. Bless him. Outlaw started with train paint first. They did. And I think that's going to be a big mark for him. That is. So 1:42 left on the clock. We're up to 7
squid.
I put a couple of seconds on.
Pardon?
I put an extra couple of seconds on because an advert's just come up.
Okay, I'll pause
And
it.
there's a 7-second delay.
Yeah, I know. I've just paused it a little bit. Right. So the advert should be run now. And then resume. Right. Okay. Yeah. I think the train and car will fly out. We'll have some train shows lined up for 2024. Yeah, I think you're right there. So Stephen Haynes so far, £7 so far. Anfield's blaming the keyboard. The keyboard is messing up. Bless him. Nice seeing you, James. Sadly, you couldn't make it on tonight. Maybe you can jump on next week if you like.
I nearly had a heart attack then. I thought somebody were bidding £50 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At £50, I'll throw in the postage if you're in New Zealand. No, it's
well expensive, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but I've got a company I use, and I've been able to get to America for £25 to America. Some of it, so yeah. See you soon then, mod officer. Well, down to 30 seconds left, so if you want to bid, in the next 10 seconds. Got David J.M. at £8.
Look at that. Is this
He's there, he's sorted. Here we go. Down from the 7 seconds, so I think he's won it. David J.M. Thank you very much, David J.M. David J.M. is the Concorde. There we go. David J.M. Concorde at £8. Brilliant. I just realised there's a price on it. Hang on, just pause that. It's £22 I paid for that one, believe it or not. But I've done my bit for it.
Hey,
Right.
Rails.
Yeah, here we go. This is interesting. I got this. This is all here. It's all sealed. Well, it's not sealed. I've opened it because I did a review on it. But there's the decal sheet for this one. So you know what I'm going to show you now, which is in the decal sheet. It's all boxed up, all and the kit's back in. No, there's no bits missing. I've checked these all as well. We've got the Handley Page Vintage Classic Heracles. And didn't James from LPJ Models do a build on this one? And he done a pretty good job on it.
Look at all them
Somebody did.
bars.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure it was him. And the page Airfix. No, I've done a review on it, but no, I don't think he's done a build. Somebody must have done a build on it. Mine comes up first. It had 12,000 views this unboxing when I put it out there. 12,000 views. But I wouldn't build it. I don't think I've got the time to build it. So, anyways, at the moment, no one's bid yet. So you could end up with a cheap kit here. I think they were about £14 when they came out, if I remember rightly. They're not for sale now, though, are they? Oh, Sprue and Glues put a £5 down. Well done, my friend. Well done. Greg's Models did it, I think.
I was going to say Greg, but I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. It could be him.
I
Because I know he
haven't-
did a few old vintage classics and he redid the decals and the print and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, no worries. Just looking through. I can't see anyone who's built one. Unless he didn't call it Hercules and he called it the HP42. HP.42. Let's have a look at that. Anyone built one? No, I can't see anyone built one on YouTube. Which is a bit of a shame. He did the Bristol 170. He did. Right, I can't see Greg Models with this one. Just look now. Airfix. Hanley Page. Let me just have a quick look. Build there. Forget what the word build. Making Models again did it. We did it in 4 parts. No, can't see one. Let's get rid of the word build then. Maybe if we just put the word Airfix in and just leave it at that. Only page Airfix. Anyway, no, I can't see if anybody's built one. That was my first vintage classic. It reminded me of what it was like in the past. Went okay. It does go okay, I guess, but I'll just, so got 1 minute 42 left on this one. Put that on there. Just put down battery. So good. Right, 1 minute 30 left. Sully's put in a 7. Wow, Sully. Sully's put in a 7-pounder on that one. So no one's ever built. No one's built this one then here, I guess. No one's had a go at building it.
No, I've not built it.
No. It's not my cup of tea, to be honest. I thought LPJ. I'm sure LPJ did pictures of one, didn't he? On Discord for us. 1931, 74 pieces. So not that good. Sully Scale Models will turn it into a moose farm. David James going in with 9. Good lad, good lad. God, why is he not staying on? Face ID. 39 seconds left on this one. 39 seconds. £9 from David JM. Just supposed to ship him all my models, didn't I? But he only pays once, so he's only a £5. He only pays once anyway. Only £5 on this one. 23 seconds. And the page. I've got a wooden kit to give away tonight as well. Not give away, but to ship. Sully's gone in with 12. Sully's gone in with 12.
Also, he's gone for
12 seconds. 12 seconds. That's it. Sully's won it. Sully's won it at 12. Well done, Sully, my friend.
Thank you.
It's going to make it into a moose, I think. A moose farm. Brilliant. Right. Next one. Okay. This is a pair this time. We're going to do 2 kits this time, all right? 2 1/72 scale Spitfires. You've got the Mark 9C and the PR 19. So there's 2 in this one. All right, 2 on this one. Let's set the clock. 5 minutes on this one. So you're bidding on 2 kits this time together. So I was going to do them separately. I thought, now let's do them together. So if you want to build a PR 19 or a Spitfire Mark 9C, there's 2 there to go. And they're all sealed. These ones, I've never opened them. These are quite good, these boxes. See, it's all sealed in its bag. Decal sheets all there. Everything's all there for that one. Getting annoyed now. So that was that one. And there's this one here as well.
Oh, didn't I get my cheap
Mark
kit?
9 as well. Mark 9C. So there's 2 kits in this bundle here, so I'll get rid of them both. Remember, £5 postage and actually all towed. So let's start again. So we've got up to 4 minutes left on this one.
I've built the 19. It goes together very nice.
It does actually.
Yeah.
There's quite a good little scheme on it as well.
Yeah.
It's grey, and then you've got the gold grey on top, haven't you, on this one?
Come on, guys. Gotta get there.
No, it should be PR blue.
Is it PR blue? Is it? Let me just
Should
check.
be PR blue. Yeah.
Let me just check the call out on this one.
Shop stock.
Yeah, come on. Someone's got to save it from the shop stock.
230 and 165. Humble's saying here. So 230. This made me laugh because if you look at the call out sheet, it's that way, but the copyright is upside down in the corner. It's upside down in the corner there. The copyright. Yeah, I thought it was 230 and 165.
Mine might have been a different release because mine was PR.
Yeah, definitely. Dave's got it at 12. Come on, you swine. It's annoying me now. Come on. 0246. 230 to the dentist. Yeah, so you're getting 2 on this one. This is the job lot 2 with £5 shipping. Loving it. Loving life, me is. Feeling it. So the I'll put that button on Spitfire. And it's the Mark 9 and the Mark 19. So whoever's got that can pay for that. Right, come on, stay on with me. 2 minutes to go. The other boxing was a pure PRU, a Swedish, I think. Yeah, you got Swedish markings in this one as well. You get 2 markings in this one. So you get in the number 81 squadron and the 1 division Thotler 11. Yeah, I know how to say that. It's Swedish, isn't it? We want your money.
Yeah.
So shop stock. That made me laugh. That made me laugh. So 1 minute 40 left. No one can be tempted. But
Didn't the Swedish arm them with blunderbusses?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you say it. Yeah, that's how you say it. Flugavaret, whatever it was, I don't know. So David Barber's got this at 12 with 1 minute to go, roughly. But yeah, and if you can pay, that'd be brilliant. Just email me. The email address is in the about page. I then send you a PayPal link, and then you put in the total. And if you could pay friends and family, so I don't put money into PayPal's pockets. So yeah.
There, Moss.
What's that? Sorry.
Got a message.
If you can put it aside to have a bunch to send, add it to my Beyond the Box editing stuff. That's to be C. What's to be C?
To be confirmed.
To be confirmed. Right, okay, I'll do that, Doc Brown. All right. So you're going to send it off to him, are you, Alex? Is that the idea?
What's that?
Doc Brown's got some stuff off you. Oh, he's editing stuff.
No,
yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Or David Barber's going in for 14.
Oh.
Yeah, we must send out some models to Mr. Doc Brown, bless him. So David Barber so far is up to 13.
14.
14, sorry, £14. And we've got 8 seconds left. 8 seconds left. I'll do it on Friends and Family. Expect a birthday card. Yeah, I'll send you a sticker. There we go. That's it. David Barber.
RD Road Night. Just that little.
Oh, too late, mate. David Barber. David Barber won that one. Sorry about that. The rules are the rules, aren't they? Right. Okay, another Spitfire this time. We're going for this one. Still sealed. Comes with paints, but I don't trust me on the paints. All right, don't trust me on the paints on this one.
Big screen, Moss.
Go big screen.
Yeah, go big screen.
Big screen. So we'll hide that comment there. So there we go. You can do a Spitfire Mark 5C and a British Aerospace Hawk T Mark 1 on this one. And it comes with 6 paints, 2 brushes, 1 poly cement, all in the box. So this is the best of British gift set. So go on then. Sorry, put some orders on for me. Go on. A nice big. Where's my little doggy there?
And you can pick the hawk in
More
pink.
shop stock.
Can you see that flashing?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is the Face ID on an iPhone. That's scanning for my face all the time.
Poor thing.
I know. The man started the bidding off at £10. £10.
Come on, let's not have it on a shop shelf.
Nah.
We don't want it collecting dust.
Alex, you can paint the hawk in pink, mate.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
It is a great set for the starters. Yeah, it is a good set. It's a gift set, really, and it comes with 2 flying hours. This one, I think these were £29.99 when they came out. Hit me, somebody. Were they £29 when these came out?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. One of them battery has a problem. Orange and Black Hawk to be the correct branding. Alex, we need a good returns policy when the customer complains about the paint. I think these are all right, to be fair. I think these were all right, these ones. How close are you to your camera total, Moz? I think I've got about 600 so far. Another 800 quid for the lens as well. So, as I said, I've had quite a few that didn't sell, which I've got to re-auction actually at some point, which I've got to do. But there's one up there now because I thought he was going to buy it. There's 2 tanks there, and Face ID, and unfortunately, they haven't got back to me. So they're $24.49 now on the Airfix website. So there you go. Yeah, so it's a bit of a shame, but you know, these things happen, don't they? You know, when you're trying to get there. But I also had to spend some of that money on the new hard drive for this Mac as well. That set me back a couple of hundred quid plus maintenance and everything, you know, because the hard drive failed. So hence why I've got this big bad boy here now sat beside me, which is a 5 terabyte hard drive. So everything is now on that hard drive. Now every video I've ever done, everything I've ever recorded is now on that hard drive. So, but yeah, I've also got a little bit of a sponsor deal with a certain scale model shop that I've got to go up and film at some point. He's offered money for me towards my camera as well, bless him. And I've got to do a review of his model shop. So, yeah, no, there's 2 of them, mate. 1 copy is no copy mod. So I've got that one there, and then I've got another hard drive which is up there, which is not plugged in. But what I do is when I add to that one gets added to there. So that one's always as like the second backup. But yeah, luckily I got all of it off when that hard drive failed. But apparently Apple's hard drives are pretty good to get stuff off. So 43 seconds. We're at a tenner for this one from Mans. One moment.
Hey, taggers.
Make an off-site copy. Yeah, but it's expensive then. You know, that's already half full. 2 terabytes full of info on that already. So yeah. But I have got other hard drives as well. You know, I run 8 terabyte hard drives for all my music and all my karaoke stuff. So David JM's going in for a 13. David JM's going in for a 13. Thank you very much. 14 seconds left. Remember the 7-second delay. Hi, taggers. He's in Amsterdam. Whoopee you. There's some great museums there.
He's not gone there for museums.
No. There we go. Brilliant. David JM.
You know, a hotel in the red light district, but
yeah. Right, just write that down. David JM at £13. Right. And that's for the rest of the British. David JM And that's 13. Right, the final one tonight. Now, okay, it's not really a scale model kit, all right? But I got sent a load of these. I built a load of them. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So put the second at 5 minutes. 5 minutes on this one. This one here, somebody can look for the price of them now because I think they were 60 quid. These ones, Wooden City limited edition buggy. These are all made of wood, okay, but they are fantastic to build. I loved building mine. I got sent 2 of these, so this one is an extra. I think the video is online, but Wooden City are fantastic, and they work. You can pull them back and let them go. They work. The model moves along using a rubber band motor, controlled front wheels. The maximum length of the path is 1 meter. Detailed instructions are included. There is no need for glue, but do wax the bits.
Yeah.
Okay, do wax the bits. Sprue and glue's gone in at a 12. Thank you very much, Sprue and glue. So yeah, 14 plus. Look at the instructions there. It's really, really good. This one.
61 quid I've said it for.
£61.
Yeah.
Yeah, so £61 this one's worth. If I could get a 50 for it, that'd be lovely. But you know, I'm putting it out there. If he wants to build one of these, let me know. What's the clock gone? Well, 3 minutes 32. So yeah, they're not cheap, but they're really good fun. The only trouble I had with them was getting the rubber bands on the wheels because they're a little weird sort of design, aren't they? You've built one of these, haven't you, Sprue and Glue, Dave?
I built something similar, but I've not built Wooden City.
Wooden City is the latest one on the new kid on the block.
It is, yes.
But also, if you look at the parts here, they're painted on.
Yeah, they're pre-painted. Yeah,
pre-painted,
and it's all laser cut as well.
Laser cut, yeah. Waxing the bits is good advice. So yeah, they're really good, these ones. So anyway, wait for a bit longer. Probably bids will come in a minute near the end. People wait these days, don't they?
Yeah. I do like a good bit of wood.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome. Did you see my latest build, by the way?
I did, mate. Yeah. Impressive.
There you go.
So look at it. There it is. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, it really is lovely.
That was mine. I loved it. Loved every minute of this build.
No glue required, is it?
None at all.
It's like an SSK, isn't it?
Yeah, it's come up really well, that. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. No rubber bands on the wheels, though.
No, this is a static, but the wheels do work.
Yeah. We got nice David here. Some nice David. It does look. Even look at the seats in that and the dashboard. That's
they were all wicker seats that they used to put in them.
Yeah.
So you even got floor mats.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's cleverly designed.
Very nice car, this was.
Right, David James gone in at £24. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So David James at 24. We've got 1 minute left on the clock. 1 minute left on the clock. This is the last one tonight, by the way. This is the last auction. What's that say? That's a cool thing. Yeah, they are really good. I just didn't have time to build them all. They gave me a lorry, a helicopter, a car. They gave me 2 cars, a helicopter, a motorbike, a Formula One car. That's the other one I did, the Formula One car. And the guy who, when I did it, I did a live stream building one. The guy who designed it came on my stream to talk about it with me. Not face to face, but he was talking in the comments. because he noticed I was having trouble with getting the rubber band to stay on the wheel. And he said, we need to look at that instruction sheet on that Formula One car because it's not right, he said. So 10 seconds, limited edition buggy. They go for £60. Going at the moment for 24. Get your bids in. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left. And David JM has won it. Well done. You're going to love that, mate. It's really good fun to build.
He will.
Really good fun to build.
Thank you very much.
Right. And he's got the...
And this one took me 4 hours, Moss.
Yeah. The buggy. For £24. Brilliant. Well, that's it. Excellent. There you go. There's the auction for tonight.
Have you got Tom for one last one, Moss?
Yeah, go on then. Have you got one of you?
Yeah, I've got a 48 scale BF 109.
Oh, have you?
109.
One of them.
Look at that. 148, 109. I'll set the clock going now. 5 minutes.
There's a bit of damage on the box here, but it's complete. It's complete.
That actually goes together well, that one. It's one of the better ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice kit.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get around to building it, so.
Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. So at the
No
moment,
problem.
4 minutes left. Let me just get rid of that so we can see you both on the screen. Wish it was a way you could have like 2 and 2. Can you do that? Maybe. Which one is it? That one there? Which one's 2 and 2? Don't let you do it, does it? Right, Screw and Glue's gone in at 8 for that one straight away. Thank you very much. Man's One of Moments has gone in at 10. Tag has asked, what age tooling is it? Just asking us. It's Revell. I think it's a Lego one.
2011, I think. That
I
one.
didn't think it was that old, yeah.
No, it's Plastic Alchemist has gone in at 12.
I'm going to regret it.
Monogram kit, isn't it?
It's a Hasegawa originally.
Is it a Hasegawa kit?
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I just saw it on the shelves in the shop once and thought, I'll have a bash of that, and then never got around
I know
to
that feeling at the model show.
Yeah.
You bought the last one, did you, Dave? David JM bought the cruiser bike.
Yes.
We bought the cruiser bike.
Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah. Man's gone in at 14.
Hey.
I feel the love.
Alex, behave.
Got 3 minutes to decide. You all right there, Nini? Is John Alec gone? Is he? I didn't see him.
Yeah,
go.
he's not feeling very well.
Yeah, he's going. He's doing his chemo at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bless him. Right,
Yeah,
Plastic's
Nuno
gone
wants
in
to
at
spray
15.
it pink.
He's going to paint that pink.
Yeah.
What is with the pink?
No idea.
Oh, you haven't seen my pink net.
I haven't got around to watching your videos this week. You're on the list to watch.
You're
I watched
missing out.
Alex's last week, and I watched. Who else did I watch last week? There's somebody else I watched last week.
Oh yeah, watch out.
I watched the live stream. I watched the live stream today from. Well, your live stream was today, wasn't it? I watched that today. Was that Thursday? I watched yours.
Have you watched mine yet?
No, Screw and Glue. I watched your one about the comments on the bird's nest, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, that's good. Actually, I actually quite enjoyed doing that video. I'm going to have to save some more comments up, I think.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see yours, Wayne. Yours never came up on my list. You would have been added to the watch list if I'd seen a notification for it. But I said, because I sit at the computer all day listing stuff on eBay, and I have people's model. That's why I'm on on Dave Screw and Glue's channel. You see me with the wooden background because I'm up in my little unit there, putting stuff on eBay while listening to people chat and talk about modeling. So. But if I don't watch it all the way through, you will always get a like for that video. Not necessarily a comment, but you'll always get a like from me.
Yeah, he's always lurking.
Always lurking, mate.
I'm just wondering that you didn't saw my pink net.
I
Just
need to
wonder.
look at that. You put it on my watch list. You put it
With
on my
fuzzy
watch list.
dice. With fuzzy dice.
No,
Yeah,
I saw the
he's
fuzzy
too
dice
busy
thing.
lurking in that little wooden shed.
I want you next week on Airfix and Chill to come on and say, I've got those those Outlaw paints spraying like a bitch. That's what I want to hear next week. Moz, you're right. I got them spraying like a bitch.
Hey, again, was not saying that you're wrong. Might be my issue, you know. Just
Right, 24 seconds on this one. 24 seconds.
Come on, guys, 14 quid. It's a shelf stack.
15 quid. 15 quid.
Oh, 15, sorry.
15 quid. Classic Alchemist is going in for 15.
everybody wants to give stuff to Alex, not to me. What is this?
He's just
I'm not
used to
doing the what?
And there we go. £15 for Plastic Alchemist.
There you go.
Oh,
Brilliant.
another pink blot on the copybook.
There you go. Brilliant. Thank you so much, John, my friend. I appreciate that.
Same deal as before, Moss. No bother.
Yeah, so if Nunu, if you send me your email address and I'll send you
Yes,
payment,
I will.
and then I'll ship that and I'll give that to John there to send it on, which is good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But honestly, I know it's me, but if any of you guys want to raise a bit of money by auction of some of your kits, you're quite welcome to do that as well. All those who have won tonight, please, again, just email me and I'll send you the email address is in the about section. I don't want to put it on the chat because that's when it gets spammed, if you know what I mean. So go on the about section, email me your name and address. I'll send you a PayPal link where you type in the how much it's going to cost, including postage. And then do it to friends and family so that I don't have to catch the fees as well.
Yeah,
and all golden. Well, anyway, I think that's been a really good Airfix and Chill again. I want to thank everyone who stayed. There's 117. Well, I think we've got to 200 before. I think it's about 170. I think watching, which is amazing. That and we're all interacting on each other's channels. It's such a great thing to do. Thank you all for joining the panel tonight. Thank you for joining me as well. I hope John Alec gets better too, and I hope Johan's good. Hopefully, we'll get Ms. Modeler back on at one point. It'd be great to see her back on there as well. And I think we've covered everything to do with Airfix. I think we can draw a line under the Vulcan for next time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just thought I'd show you this, Moss.
That is fantastic. I'll tell you what, some of the engineering that goes into these is amazing. That's the Yuki's one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The only thing I was a bit upset with my Yuki's is I thought it was a proper clock. And it isn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's I thought it was a proper clock. But I've seen somebody build the train from Yuki's. That was amazing.
I've done the train.
You've done the train?
I think so, yeah.
So I watched them building it then.
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
It'll be in the other room.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll show it next time, mate. Show it next time. I think I've got another one to ship anyway, to sell anyway. But anyway, thanks all for watching. Aussie Scam Modeling. If you're not driving one Monday, get in touch. You got my email, and you can come on Airfix and Chill and have a chat with us all the way from Australia and become part of the Outlaw Paint clan. Right, gents. Everyone on the panel, stay behind when we finish. I'll have a quick chat with you. I'll see you next time. Good night, all.
Have a good one.
Have a good night. Cheers,
Bye.